it's Laurelei. It's finally here, the Volume 5 finale, and to say I'm not ready would be a complete understatement. I am very, very tired. I just came from our most recent Reactors and Realms session, which, if you guys don't know, that's a bunch of reactors, including a lot of RWBY reactors. We get together every week and play Dungeons & Dragons, and we put it up on YouTube. And we had quite a stressful session this week, so I'm dealing with that. Then I also got only 3 hours of sleep last night because I was so anxious about that session and the RWBY Volume 5 finale. Like, I've been so tense and like so messed up because I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm really afraid it's gonna be super bad because last episode was like a sigh of relief, you know? And I feel like this is not going to be. And I'm just very nervous and very tired. But I'm going to get this done. I'm just gonna sit and I'm gonna watch it, and I don't know what to do with myself. I got my baby here for support. What do you think? What do you think's gonna happen this episode, huh? See, I don't care. I just want to go to sleep. Oh, man. Last episode was just so, like, it was such a relief. I mean, we got to see both Adam and Cinder being taken down. The bad guy's plans seem to be thwarted, you know? Everything is looking good. The only, like, slightly scary thing happening is Yang and her mom are having a standoff down in the vault now. So, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. I should probably just stop rambling about it and press play, though, so... okay. Well, that's exciting. Back to the fairy tale, back to the show, back to the wall, and there's nowhere to go. Hopeless and desperate, all past adverse. Things looking bleak, yeah, they're bound to get worse. This has been such a great intro song. I love it so much. There's no way to win. Goals unachievable, faith running thin. Stand forlorn, impossible odds. That's when you learn you've been messing with gods. And in your grim, tear off my limb. Strike me with bolts of lightning. I won't die. Dang it, buffering! Stop it! Little seems unwinnable, but all we need is a miracle. Holding on will never be denied. Leave the dismal days and bring back what is gone. Wasteful tears of yesteryears that will carry on. When for sure we will endure, no hope is lost. We'll be the ones who touch the sun, the triumph will be ours. Cool, so they're just all being taken down. Cool. This is good. This is very good. Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Oh.
I'm going to make you regret ever coming back.
More police are on their way, Adam. Huntsman too.
Still too afraid to face me on your own.
I'm here for Haven, not you.
Right in the ego.
You are still afraid, and you should be. I've made powerful friends while you've been away.
Oh, yeah? Where?
Just like make all of her classmates fight for her?
Nah, it's a volunteer gig. I'm just saying, for someone who claims to have such great friends, there doesn't seem to be a lot of people here willing to fight for you.
Burn! Burn! Get wrecked, Adam!
You can try and make me regret coming here, Adam. But honestly, I've got more important things to deal with.
Oh, yes! Gunshots! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is beautiful.
Son, wait!
Oh, he got away.
We can take
Dang it.
No, we can't. He wants to lure us away so he can pick us off. We need to protect the school and the people here. Besides, now he can see what it feels like to run away. Thank you.
Aww.
We all need help sometimes.
Aww.
I think there's a few people who could use yours.
Oh, yeah, they're...
Be careful.
No promises.
Oh, ship it.
You guys okay? Surviving.
Yeah, Ren's not doing great.
That guy's still standing. He recharges his aura faster than I've ever seen.
Nice one, Crow.
We just need to get him to his limit.
He just took out her wasp. Yeah!
Are you hurt? No. I just remember you being more of the quiet one.
Oh, that's so cool.
All right. Well, what's the plan, Ruby?
They've all come a long way. This is awesome. Yeah, run. Run, you little coward.
Be kidding me.
Tail between your legs.
Checkmate!
Yes! Oh my gosh! Oh! Go back to volume 2.
I warned you, Yang.
Oh.
I gave you every opportunity to walk away from Crow and Oz. So you can believe me when I say this wasn't personal.
You opened the vault.
Thanks to the chaos you and your friends caused upstairs. I knew you could handle it. My daughter, after all.
Crow and Oz told me how the maiden powers were transferred. The girl you found. She would have had to have trusted you if you were in her final thoughts. Cared about you a lot.
I'm sure they told you plenty, and you just sat and obeyed.
No. I'm starting to ask questions like you said. So tell me, what happened to the last spring maiden? Did she die in battle? Was it sickness?
Oh, yeah.
What does it matter to you?
I could already see the answer.
She
It's all
killed
over
her.
your face. How could you?
She was scared when we found her. Weak. No matter how much training I put her through, she never learned. She wasn't cut out for this world. And with
That
those powers,
is
she would have been hunted her
fucked
entire
up.
life. What I did
What a
wasn't personal.
bitch.
It was mercy.
Which is it, Mom? Are you merciful? Or are you a survivor? Did you let me walk into that trap because you knew I could handle it? Or because it meant you could get what you wanted?
It's not that simple. You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. The choices I've had to make.
You're right. I don't know you. I only know the Raven Dad told me about. She was troubled and complicated, but she fought for what she believed in, whether it was her team or her tribe. Did you kill her too?
I've stared death in the face over and over again, and every time I've spat in that face and survived because I'm strong enough to do what others won't.
Oh my
shut
gosh.
You don't know the first thing about strength. You turn your back on people. You run away when things get too hard. You put others in harm's way instead of yourself.
This is all I ever
You might
wanted
be powerful,
from this scene.
but that doesn't make you strong.
Who do you think you are lecturing me? standing there, shaking like a scared little girl.
Yeah, I'm scared. But I'm still standing here. I'm not like you. I won't run. Which is why you're going to give me the relic.
And why would I?
Because you're afraid of Salem! You thought having maiden powers put a target on your back? Imagine what she'll do when she finds out you have a relic.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be
She'll
in
come
this
after you
fight
with
after all.
everything she has. Or she could come after me. And I'll be standing there, waiting for her.
Yes, Yang!
You don't want to do this, Yang.
Yeah, she
Nope.
does.
But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Because it's the right thing to do. Fuck you, Raven. You bitch.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Me too.
There she goes. Also, although wouldn't it just be safer to leave the relic in the vault? Maybe that's just me, but it seems like that'd be the thing to do. Why is it in a desert? It's weird. This art style is cool. The washed out effect. Oh, honey.
Might you be going?
Oh, Your Grace! I was just looking for something.
Leonardo, do you have something you wish to tell me?
It was Cinder. She altered the plan. Huntsman showed up here. Pro! Several students. One with the silver eyes. The White Fang attack was stopped. I don't know that they'll be able to recover the relic. Your Grace, I can still be of assistance. If I leave now, I can
Your time's up.
avoid the authorities and come find you.
You
I'll
little
do whatever
worm.
it takes. Grace.
I don't think she has use for you anymore.
Please, ma'am. I'll do anything. I can still be useful.
Time's up.
Please. Please. Please.
It's not a pleasant sound.
Coward.
That's enough! Just give up. It's not over. Cinder will come back. She'll have the relic, and she'll stop all of you. She won't let us down.
You're wrong. You're wrong, Emerald.
Emerald, get up. We need to go. Emerald.
What is she doing? Oh! She's... Oh, that's terrifying. It's just an illusion. It's just her illusions. Oh, but I bet they escaped, huh?
What was that?
An illusion. But an accurate one. That was Salem.
Now they've all seen what Salem looks like. Cool. They're all running. This looks like this is a victorious day. Oh my gosh.
The police
That's a
rounded up the
relief.
remaining White Fang members. Haven is safe.
Unfortunately, it appears that Adam escaped.
It's okay. He was the only one to escape tonight. Those in the White Fang that followed him won't support a leader that abandons his people. He won't have their help after this. He'll have no one at all. And the White Fang will be left divided.
We've been fighting amongst ourselves for too long. Perhaps it's time for a new brotherhood. A new family for Fauna's truly working towards a better world.
They'll need a new leader.
Aw.
Huh?
Come on, guys.
What happened?
I don't know exactly. When I got down there, Cinder was gone. And Vernal was dead.
And Draven.
Gone.
Well, we're all glad you're still here, Firecracker.
Aw.
Are you okay? I feel like I should be asking you guys.
They all went through a lot.
So, Blake, what are you doing here?
I was gonna ask you three the same thing.
That's a long story.
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
Hmm.
That's all that matters. That we're all here together. Right?
Right?
Lost, you found your heart to pin down.
Yeah.
I never know if you'll come through.
Aww.
When you appear together,
Girls.
we're here. And that's all that matters somehow.
I don't know how, but we did it, Oz. You okay? I'm alright. Kid,
Yeah, it's Oscar.
he's resting. Too much energy fighting. Well, hey, don't strain yourself. No. He had a message. We must get the lamp to Atlas.
Atlas! So that's what we're doing for Volume 6. Oh! The soundtrack for this volume is going to be so great. Oh my gosh. Oh. This is crazy though. 2 volumes with happy endings in a row. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, we left it on a nice moment where I don't have to feel like plagued for the rest of the year before volume 6, but that's just, that just means volume 6 is going to be scary. But if we're really going to Atlas, like, that's awesome. Hopefully this time, because, you know, they've got a bit more resources and stuff, they won't have to spend an entire volume traveling there. It'd be cool if they just went straight to Atlas, even though I am sad that our time at Haven and Anima, we never saw any of the characters we expected to see. On RWBY Rewind, Carrie was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, everyone has their favorite characters, but we can't fit them all in. I'm like, yeah, but you could have at least, fit in the ones that really mattered. Like, to spend that whole time at Haven and not show, Hyden or Harry, but at least Neptune, if not the rest of Team Sun, with their whole thing. Like, they even mentioned in Volume 4, when Sun showed up on the boat, Blake asked him, where Neptune's Agent Scarlet were, and he said that they already went back to Haven. And, that kind of disappointed me a little bit, just from a story standpoint, because it's something that would have made sense and wouldn't have cluttered it up as much as they think. But all in all, this was a really good volume. At the end of the day, I don't think it surpassed Volume 3 for me, because, I mean, Volume 3 is just always going to have a special, very painful place in my heart. But it was good. It was really good. Oh, thanks. I just don't know. There was a lot to unpack in this episode. I'm gonna take a minute after this to sift through that. But basically, great volume, just not as great as it could have been, in my opinion. Still really great, though. It's right below Volume 3 for me. Okay. Oh. Are we gonna... Raven? Are you gonna talk to Taiyang? Okay, cool. I want to see this. No Matter Nowhere. I read their post on this, but I haven't seen anything else. Oh, Genlock.
Are you running an op?
You said to go to field trials.
I didn't say to drop him in the middle of a city. As soon as they figure out what he is, they will come hunting. For him and for you.
Given what
Oh,
we've
that's
seen,
cool.
I believe you can stop worrying about Chase as much.
No. No, I think I'll keep worrying about him a little longer. How's he holding up?
Still adjusting.
That is so cool looking. The animation style.
What about others? How's recruiting?
Problematic. There are some new possibilities, but we may need to get more flexible on the subject.
Wait, these are the only matches?
They'll have to do, won't they?
I don't see how we're going to turn this around.
Oh, don't give up hope yet. We're just getting started.
When is Genlock gonna premiere? Yeah, 2018, but when? Is it gonna be part of summer animation, or is it gonna be during the year? It looks awesome, though. Okay, so it's just occurring to me that I may have sounded like a little negative during that outro there, and I'm not. I loved this volume. I loved this volume a lot. I was just explaining why it hasn't surpassed Volume 3 for me. I mean, Volume 3 just had something special to it in lots of ways. And that's why it's still going to be my favorite. I'm not saying future volumes might not pass it, but Volume 5 just didn't quite make it. But this volume was just so beautiful. I mean, RT Animation super stepped it up. I don't know how they're able to step it up so much every single year, but they did. I mean, it was just gorgeous and stunning, and the fight sequences were great. The plot twists were pretty much great. I didn't see some of those coming. I think they can work on pacing a little more, but I think they've realized that after some of the backlash from chapter 9. But all in all, this was a really good volume, and I liked seeing how far our girls have come. All of them. I mean, Weiss pretty much overcame most of her obstacles. She became really, like, the mature one of the group, which Yang had been previously. Because Weiss kind of finally got to settle all of her problems and realize that, you know, she could do it on her own. She could break past her crappy family, and she could, you know, be herself. And Blake, even though I think the Menagerie arc stretched on way too long, like two volumes of one character's development in one place, that's a lot. It's a lot. But ultimately, I'm very glad of where she ended up. So where, like, she didn't even have to have some big showdown with Adam. She just, like, bitch slapped him and then insulted his ego, and it was beautiful in a lot of ways, and it made me very happy. And I don't know how I feel about Ilya. The character's falling a little flat for me, just because I think the problem is that Blake especially has so many characters surrounding her that we're supposed to get development of, like, and I don't know, just adding on Ilya, like, I see where they did it from a story standpoint, but I'm just not sure how big a fan I am of her. I mean, she's alright, just not my favorite. Yeah. Sun's still my golden boy. He's never gonna change, and I'm so happy they brought back the Gunchucks this volume. I've been waiting for the Gunchucks to show up again since volume 1. So this made me very, very happy. And they did it so well. And Yang's development, especially through this episode, was just so great. I mean, she went from being afraid and thinking that she couldn't do anything last volume to realizing that, you know what, it's okay to be afraid. Because she's always had to be the adult, the grown-up one. She's had to be basically another mom to Ruby, and she never got to have that time of doubt of being a kid, of not knowing what to do like everyone else. She always had to know what to do, and now that her little sister's growing up and she went off on her own, she kind of got to realize, you know what, I'm not the strongest one, and that's okay, because it's okay for her to break down sometimes. It's okay for her to be scared, and that's what she said in this episode to Raven. Like, I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to face Salem. It scares me. I'm terrified. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I'm not gonna run away. I'm gonna do the right thing in the end. And it was crazy seeing something finally striking a chord with Raven. Because Raven, that was like such a good point. Like, she parades around talking about power and being independent and making her own choices and everything, but at the end of the day, she's just a coward. She killed the previous Spring Maiden for power. She ran away from her family for who knows what reasons, but part of it, you know, fear. She refuses to get close to anyone. She refuses to deal with anything hard. When hard things come in her way, she runs. And that way she's kind of like Blake in a weird way. Previous Blake. Blake's good now. But she's still a bitch. In a lot of ways, Raven's still like a kid, like a teenager. She's only worried about herself. She'll do what's good for her and her alone. And she doesn't have the moral capacity to realize that what she's doing is wrong. And I just loved that scene with her and Yang. I think that was my favorite part of this finale. Was Raven finally realizing that she can preach all she wants, but she's wrong. And that was a great moment. I don't feel sympathy for Raven. She made her own choices. She all of this was her decision. And like Yang said, she's not merciful or powerful. She's just selfish, and at the end of the day, she's a murderer. And it really hurt Yang. When she broke down in the vault, it hurt Yang a lot, I know. But because at the end of the day, she didn't get her mom back, and I know that wasn't her plan coming into this. That was never her plan. But, you know, it probably still hurt a lot to realize that her mom was not going to change, that she was always going to be Raven. And I really felt for her there, but I think this is something that she can grow from a lot, that she can move past, that she can stand up on her own 2 feet and say, you know what, I faced that problem, I can move on with my life and know that I'm stronger for it. Which, I feel like that's Yang's character development these past 2 seasons in a nutshell. And I've loved Yang's character development. Like, Yang has never been my favorite of Team RWBY. But I've really enjoyed these past couple seasons with her. Because, you know, she was stripped down, like, away from, like, her facades and the silliness to, like, the real heart of her. And I feel like I identified with that a lot more. Because, I'm an older sister myself, and even though I don't have quite the relationship Yang might have with RWBY, like, my parents are both still around. I didn't have to parent my little sister, but, you know, as the oldest, you've kind of always got to be the strong one. You've got to be the one doing the right thing all the time. You can't lose control, you know? I'm not saying I haven't before, but, you know, there's always that expectation that you're the oldest, you're the smarter one, you're the better one, you're the more advanced one, like, mentally, because you're older, you're supposed to be more mature, and so I ended up identifying Yang a lot more than I ever have before, and that was really cool. There's so many things I loved about the season. I mean, the villains, I loved seeing Cinder's downfall. I don't know if she's fully dead or not. I am not sure how she would have survived that, but, you know, I'm not gonna be shocked if she comes back. But, you know, see her thrown off a cliff and frozen into ice was cool. I hate her a lot. She is a whiny little teenager who thinks she's the baddest bitch, and at the end of the day, she's just not. We move on to bigger, more important baddies, and also this volume, Oscar. I feel so bad for him. Like, yes, it's his choice, yes, he wants to fight, but he didn't want it like this. I know I had some debates with people after chapter 3, I think. That was when or was it 2 or 3? I think it was 3. With the whole Oscar Ozpin reveal and explanation. Because ultimately, even if, like, Oscar's mentality and the personality is the one that kind of wins out in the end in terms of however the frick they're melding together, like, that's still awful for him to go through. Like, it's invasive. Like, I don't know about you guys, but, like, I just felt, like, really sickened in the previous episodes where Oscar was trying to fight on his own and do the right thing and possibly even avoid a fight if he could, and Ozpin just took over without permission. I like felt kind of sick at that, almost, and it's hard for me to explain why, but I don't know, maybe it was just like a violation or something, but I feel so bad for Oscar. And I find myself not really having that much sympathy for Ozpin. I don't know. It's a big situation that I feel like I'm gonna need to see more of before I can fully wrap my head around it. But if we are going to Atlas, I think that's gonna be super cool. Because there are certain characters I want to see again. Winter. But I think that's a good place for them to do a lot of stories, and like, it'd be cool if we got to see some characters again. Team Funky. But I feel like there's a lot they could do in Atlas, and I think it'd be really cool to see. It's gonna be really cool to see where they're gonna go from here. Everyone grew so much this volume, and like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around it, and I could like babble on for forever and ever, but I'm probably just gonna have to call it here. That was so good. That was so very, very good. Thank you to any crewbie who might happen to be watching this, though even if you did, I doubt you made it this far. Thank you to the crewbie who did an absolutely phenomenal job this season. A big thank you and fuck you to Miles and Carrie for putting me through this again this year, especially chapter 11. To anyone who happens to be watching and has watched through this season with me, and maybe even through last season, thank you. RWBY means a lot to me, a whole lot, and getting to share it with you guys it's a dream, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. And lastly, I just want to say thank you, Monty Ohm, wherever you are, for giving this to us. Because one small little dream has reached out and touched so many people. me included. And I don't know what my life would be like if I had never found Ruby. I mean, it's a big dramatic thing to say, but it's true. So this is probably just because I'm tired, but anyway, thank you all. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.